Red Hot Go is a show where I watch the first 3 episodes of an anime that I've never seen before. Wait, doesn't the title say? People have suggested all sorts of shows, from Your Lie in April to I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. But since the series started, there has always been a problem. As a first impressions show, if anyone suggests a show I have already seen, I have to turn them down, since I can't give my first impressions on a show that I've already seen. Well, this series is here to fix that. Welcome to Deja Vu, the show where I reminisce about an anime that I have already seen. For this first episode, by recommendation of Alexis Gamer, I will be experiencing Deja Vu for Konosuba. One of the things that I immediately loved about Konosuba was the world that Kazuma found himself in, and not just that it was pretty or well realised. What I really liked about it was how systematized everything was. Yes, I'm serious. I watched Konosuba while I was in university, and something about the simple day-to-day questing just resonated with me. I also would have been drawn into the delusion of being a hero in such a simple-to-understand world, but this show goes for a much different approach, namely portraying a bunch of incompetent doofs. The core characters of Konosuba are great, and one of the things that make them great are the way they subvert tropes that would usually come with their character types. Kazuma is an isekai protagonist, but instead of being selfless and heroic, he is extraordinarily selfish, and winds up being just as much a loser in this life as he was in the last. Aqua is a goddess, but instead of being all-powerful and angelic, she's a total brat who squanders her power on ineffective party tricks. Megumin is a powerful mage who you would expect to be the ultimate ace card, and she is once per battle. Darkness is a knight who you would expect to defend the innocent because it is her duty to do so, but instead she defends the innocent to get her masochistic rocks off. As a result, the overarching plot of defeating the Demon King kind of falls by the wayside, as the core characters instead learn to coexist. In fact, the show itself seems so disinterested in a basic hero's journey that it introduces a side character who fits those tropes just to mess with him. And make no mistake, the show does portray this side character as inconsequential, which is very interesting when you consider how competent he is at hero work. What this tells me is that Konosuba isn't as interested in a story about heroes as it is a story about friends. That's kind of what made me resonate with Konosuba the most. Now, this may be a controversial thing to say about a comedy, but I don't think watching this show made me laugh all that much. The jokes weren't annoying or grating in any way, it was just the kind of comedy that I like to smile at and love the characters for as opposed to laugh at. And ultimately, that is what Konosuba's ultimate draw is. They're deeply, fundamentally flawed people, but they care about each other. And they're just so damn fun to watch. So between a comfortably simple world, a lack of hero's journey tropes, and a lovable cast of characters, my deja vu of Konosuba was certainly a pleasant one, and I would highly recommend that you give it a watch if you haven't already. That is it for this first episode of Deja Vu. I'd like to thank my patrons, Orion Train, Quincy Chamberlain, Jaman5, Lars Espen, Shark, Data52, Nerxu, Pixcalibur, and Alberto Cruz. What did you think of this show? Is it something you want to see more of? Let me know in the comments. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time.